as you see on the screen, today focus is going to be on parallel conducting plates. This one also similar to what we had done yesterday. Yesterday we had done spherical concentric spherical shells. Today we'll do parallel conducting plates. And parallel conducting plate is not something we are doing for the first time. We have done this topic before. So this is the slide what I used last time. It was something like this. If you have two parallel conducting plates, if some charge to the plates, how does charge distribution take place, and what principle and what conclusion we have come to, and on what basis did we come to any conclusions? So do you recall, if we give some charge here, the charge, there are four surfaces. So charge Q given gets distributed partly on this surface, partly on this surface. Similar minus 3Q also gets distributed on two surfaces. And charge divided by area is the charge density. Do you recall what are the key conclusions we have come to related to this? These four charge distributions. Do you recall what were the key conclusions we have come to, on what basis also?
Charge on the inner surface is equal and opposite.
What was the reason? First, I have already did charge on the two opposite faces. Two opposite faces means sigma 2 and sigma 3 are equal and opposite, or sigma 2 plus sigma 3 is 0. What are the basis for that conclusion? How did we come to that conclusion? That
we took a cylinder Gaussian surface.
Gaussian surface. Excellent. So this is based on Gaussian surface. If I take Y, if I take a Gaussian surface like this, on this surface here, the flux is 0. Here also
field inside conductor 0.
0. So basically, flux in this Gaussian surface is 0. It means charge enclosed must be 0. So charge enclosed 0 is, this is what we come to. So opposite faces. So you should know this is the result we had, and this was the basis on which the result has been arrived at. Did we conclude something else also? We have written point P and Q. What does this point P and Q indicate? These are the point on the interior of a conductor. What has to be field on point P? Yeah, field has to be 0. If field is 0, we said, yeah, so basically charge on the left hand side has to be equal to charge on the right hand side. Based on that, we concluded sigma 1 is equal to sigma 4. These are the two important conclusions. Charge on the outermost surfaces is half of the net charge. These two become 0, so half the net charge sigma 1 equal to sigma 4. And based on these two things, we can find net charge on either side of PQ equal to 0. So based on these two, we can easily find charge on four faces. I hope all of you can quickly calculate what the charge on four faces be. Charge on four faces in this case was coming like this. Net charge is minus 2Q, half of it, these two surfaces, and we can come to. So again, I'll go through some more exercises like this, and we'll do something more related to potential also now. So charge on four faces, how do we arrive at? Net charge, half the net charge goes to outer surfaces, and then we left plate, right plate. If I add one more question here, what is the question I'm adding? What is the potential difference between two plates? Or I can also say, what is the potential difference between point P and Q? Okay, anywhere on the plate, the potential is same. So can we point potential difference between point P and Q, or potential difference between two plates if the gap between them is B? How do you find the potential difference between P and Q?
So like V is equal to E into D, right, sir?
Yes, basically first thing immediately what you notice, what causes potential difference. Every time mind should start thinking, moment I have potential difference, what is potential difference? Is caused by negative work done by field minus E dot dr. So is the field uniform here? So I need to look at E dot dr between which 2 points? Between point P and Q. When I look at point P and Q, there's no field up from point P to the surface. Field is only from this point to this point. And what is the direction of field? Since this charge is positive and this is negative, this is the direction of field. And is the field uniform here? Field is uniform. So straight away, field is equal to E into D. Both are in the same direction. Field is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. Sigma is equal to charge by area. So I can calculate potential difference between two faces of the conductor, which is also equal to potential difference between any 2 points on the conductor. Because the entire conductor is at one potential. Why entire conductor is at one potential? Everywhere field is 0, 1 point to other work done is 0, potential remains same. Okay, so what is, so E into D, what is the field between two surfaces is equal to charge density by epsilon naught is the field. Why it is not sigma by 2 epsilon naught? Why it is sigma by epsilon naught?
Conducting plate.
Huh? Conducting. Or we can say the two of them. There's sigma here, there's minus sigma here. Both are creating field in the same direction. it adds up sigma by epsilon into d, or I can write what is the potential difference charge divided by area into sigma. I can write sigma is what? Charge into charge on the surface divided by area into epsilon naught into separation. Which side will have higher potential? Positive plate will have higher potential. So this is basics of parallel conducting plates. We'll go and same thing we can extend in more cases, and that's what we'll go to spend time on for next maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And these simple things should not much of a problem if you have been attentive. Okay, now I've taken 3 parallel plates. All of area is A, separation is D between each of the 2 plates. Find the charge distribution. So all of you try how many surfaces? 6 surfaces. From left to right, what is the charge distribution? All of you try and work out on your own. And those who have difficulty, again, I will do after 2 minutes. So 2 minutes for all of you to work out the charge distribution. And those who work out charge distribution, you can also think of potential difference between different plates. So can we work it out? And as soon as you finish, raise your hand. And this, I think, many of you should get in less than a minute. What is the distribution of charge on 6 surfaces we see? Good. Excellent, Nitya. First one to raise hand. Dhanshi also has a hands up, but hopefully correct. Ala. Good. Oh, so quite a few hands. And yes, it is something that can be done in 1 minute. Akshay, you have an answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So several of you, and it is simple. So those who still do not recall, let me go through that point. Good, good. So several of you have an answer. So let me just go through what are the steps involved. What is step 1 we use here? Nitya, you were the first one to raise hand. So tell me what is step 1 to find out charge distribution? How do you begin? First thing.
We take the total charge.
First thing is total charge. We can also call it net charge. The first thing what we do, what is the net charge here? Net charge, we add up everything together. So we add up everything is saying net charge is 6Q. That is step 1. What is step 2 after this?
It gets equally distributed between the extreme ends.
To extreme ends. So if total charge is 6Q, 3Q will go to the leftmost surface, 3Q will go to the rightmost surface. Let's mark that one. Charge on 2 outermost surfaces, 3Q and 3Q each. That's what it has gone. This also is 3Q and this is 3Q. What is the step after this? We have found this outermost charges. What do we do next?
Take the first plate. The 2 surfaces should add up to 5Q.
So basically what we did, this left, so this is isolated system. It is not in contact with anything. If we are given total charge 5Q, if 3Q has gone there, remaining thing would have gone to the right surface. Or other way of saying is, charge on the left surface plus charge on the right surface has to be equal to net charge on the plate. So I can easily find charge here 2Q, and moment this is 2Q, I know the opposite surface is minus 2Q. Very easily can do the next step. The charge on the right surface of 5Q plate is 2Q, and opposite surface is minus 2Q. I get these 2 numbers off. Okay, and charge on the right surface of minus Q plate. What is the charge on the right surface? Again, I use the same principle. This charge on the left surface plus right surface has to be minus Q. Since this is already minus 2Q, this has to be plus Q. Then only the total add up to minus Q. So Q and opposite faces becomes minus Q. And then what is the, okay. And again, the reason, see, when I make this slide also, I make this slide, why I make it step by step? Because see, if you look, everything comes on the screen together. You miss the logical sequence. The reason I'm animating the slide so that when you want to revise also, you open the slide, you keep clicking one by one. What you see, you will see the things coming in a particular order. And if you are attentive, if you have missed something also, that will help you revise better. You understand something coming together has a different way to understand, but things which are coming in a sequence, in a defined sequence, if you can follow the sequence better, perhaps it is a better tool for you to revise if you use it properly. I spend time rather than putting everything one slide, I put it like animation, it comes one by one. And some of those who have figured it out, you'll find it becomes, it is, I think, more effective for revision than just having the content written in your notebook. Okay, so what is potential difference? So you see one by one it comes. So potential difference between left and the middle plate. So I want to find potential difference between left plate and middle plate. What is the potential difference? Field into the distance. All I need the field here. What is the field here? We have already done in the previous sheet. Field will be equal to sigma by, there is a field here E. E will be equal to how much? Charge on either plate, whichever charge are 2q, divided by the area into epsilon into the distance. That's the potential difference. Which of the two plate will have higher potential, the left plate or the right plate? Since the left plate has positive charge, left plate will have higher potential compared to the middle plate. And so this is something simple. I hope everyone follows. There's absolutely no concept involved. Concept involves in understanding how these values have been arrived at. But its application is straightforward. Step by step you apply, you get your answer. Extremely simple. I hope most of you had the right answer. Okay, so finding charge, whether it's 2 plate, 3 plate, 4 plate. Do you think the 4 plate also the method would be any different? No, you continue the same logic. Even if the 4 plates are there, still similar way, any number of parallel plates you can find an answer. It should not be a problem at all.
Sir?
Yes?
Sir?
Yes?
In the potential difference formula,
Yes?
for charge by area, we put 2q because only 2q is creating the field.
Hey, not 2q is creating the field. I think you forgot. How do I, if I have to create a field right next to this plate, you go back to create. So how would I create field at this point? Suppose I want to create field at this point. How would I calculate field? Tell me. What is the method of calculation of field? There are 2 ways to calculate field. Tell me what are the 2 ways of calculating field. Suppose I choose a point here. I want to calculate field at this small point. How would I calculate field? There are 2 ways of calculation. What are the 2 ways of calculation? Can anyone tell what are the 2 ways of calculation? Akash, can you tell me how do I calculate field at the blue circle area?
Wow. First one is that charge, field very near to a closed conductor, close to
Yes.
a conductor.
Correct.
Sigma by epsilon naught.
Correct. So yes, everybody pay understood. So one way is I will not think of what is happening elsewhere. This point, see, every time though we have drawn the figure, the distance appears large, but we always assume the distance is small. So this point is close to a conducting surface. Anywhere a point close to conducting surface, the field is sigma by epsilon naught. And do we know the sigma on the surface? Yes. Charge density here is 2q by a. Sigma by epsilon naught. Is there any second method also of calculation of field?
We add up the charge densities on the left and the right half.
Correct. Other way of calculation is I know 2 formula. I know the formula field due to a charge sheet. In that case, I will, how many charge sheet systems we have? I have 6 sheets here. And this also, there is a charge distribution. Is it like a sheet charge here left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can apply the formula sigma by 2 epsilon naught due to each sheet. Calculate field at this point here. But even that also I can simplify by adding up all the sheets on the right side together, adding up all the charge on the left side together, and then apply formula sigma 2 epsilon naught and take the vectors. And this we have done earlier. You will have a, if you want, you can go through that slide again, you will understand. That's how we calculate field. Both ways it comes to same. Either conductor property or system of charges in form of a sheet charge, uniform sheet charge. Any of the 2 methods we use, we come to this formula. So I hope all of you recall. Okay, so we can do that and we can arrive at this formula. So this is equal to, thus of field, and field between 2 plates is uniform. I can calculate potential difference. So compared to potential difference between left plate and middle plate, if this potential difference is V, what is the potential difference between middle plate and the right plate? A potential difference between left plate and the middle plate is V. What will the potential difference between middle plate and the right plate?
V by 2.
V by 2. So the distance may be same if the distance separations are equal. Some of you have your Padma, please put your video feed off. Okay. Okay, so this is pretty simple. You can calculate field and that will come V by 2. So we can look at those options also. Okay. Now, what will happen? Now we'll come to those things what we have done in case of spherical shells also. What happens if we connect A and B by a conducting wire? What changes it will bring about? So before I get started, think of what would happen if I connect by a conducting wire. Based on what you understood yesterday, so can some of you give some statement what would happen if I connect plate A and B by conducting wire? Anyone? What happens if we connect two conductors by a wire? What happens?
They'll become one conductor, so the potential difference will be 0.
No, that's not the okay. That's the answer, but I think I would expect even a better answer. What happens? We connect two conductors by a connecting wire. The
Field at any
positive
point
charge-
between the conductors is 0.
The positive charge will move from point of higher potential to lower potential until the potentials become equal. Is that what happens? What makes the charge to move? Difference in potential. So if we connect two is it necessary the charge will flow? No, the charge will flow only when there's a potential difference, similar to water tank, water level being unequal. So if we connect, what will happen? The charge will move from a surface or from a conductor, not surface, not the right word. Charge will move from plate with higher potential to lower potential until they have a common potential. And we put together the total system. If I take the total system, if we take two conductors A and B together, their combined charge will remain conserved. That's what will happen. All are okay? So this on the Bhagashri, what did I mention just now? What happens when we connect two conductors by a conductive wire?
So the charge will move from a higher potential to a lower potential
Until
until the potentials become equal.
potential become equal. That's what happens by connecting wire. So here also, and both put together, charge is conserved. So that's what moment is a conducting wire. What was valid? It is valid for any two conductors. Doesn't matter what the shape is. It is almost universally valid statement based on some. And so we connect by this. What has happened? So there was some charge here. When I connect, this is a connecting wire. We have connected like this. Now, what is the statement? The charge of plate A and B together as a system will be conserved. Now, I cannot say the total charge on left plate. Can I still make this statement? Earlier, I said charge on the left surface plus right surface was equal to 4Q. Will it still remain 4Q now? No, because some charge has moved. But if I take whole thing as a system, what if I take A and B together as a system? What is the charge on A and B together as a system? Together charge was 3Q. So now, since the charge transfer has taken place, but still plate C is isolated. They put together is not receiving any extra charge. I can make a statement charge of plate A and B together as a system will remain conserved. Is that an easy enough conclusion to come to? I think so. And most of you should easily follow this point. Yeah, so that's something. So before I proceed, potential difference A and B becomes 0. That's what will happen if the charge will keep going. Potential difference between A and B is 0. If potential difference between A and B is 0, what would that lead to? Can I conclude something else if potential difference between A and B is 0? What else I can conclude based on this? What would cause the potential difference between plate A and B to be 0?
Field between A and B should be 0.
Field between A and B must be 0. That's the next statement I get it. That's what potential difference. The field in the region between A and B will be 0. What else I can conclude based on this?
So opposite faces, so that should have a
0 charge.
Zero charge. Perfect. So that's what will happen. The charge on two opposite faces A and B will be 0. So what is charge on this surface? 0. What is charge on this surface? 0. I found out these two surfaces will have 0 charge. All four surfaces put together have a charge of 3Q. It becomes easy. Is that very complicated so far? No. All depends on what? We started with the simple logic with two conductors are connected by a conducting wire. The charge will flow from higher potential to lower potential until the potentials become equal. Potentials equal, it means there's no potential difference between A and B. If potential difference is not there, field between them is 0. If field is 0, it means opposite field is caused by the charge on inner surfaces. If field is 0, charge here also is 0. That becomes easy. What is the conclusion I have come to? This is 0, 0. And you notice when you revise also, if you click this one, I think that's what it leads to. And that's when you revise also mentally, you should go through and see whether you're able to lead from 1 to A to B, B to C, and then logical sequence. This becomes 0. These two become 0. Now, once I have these two 0, can I fill up some more unknown quantities? These two become 0. Anything else I can conclude so far? What else about charge on the outer surface here? Can I figure out the charge on this surface here?
Outer surface is 2q.
Yeah, this simple. Basically net charge by 2. So I know this surface, outermost surface is 2 each. Now let me mark those things. This becomes 2q, 2q. Now can I fill up these two? Now only two surfaces left. Can I mark the charge here? How do I calculate the charge here? Somebody may think, okay, this is 0. This is minus q. Total has to be minus q. This charge also has to be minus q. Is that a correct conclusion? No.
It should be Q, sir.
Yeah. Total charge. Now I have to look at A and B plate together. Initial charge was 3q. So this plus this plus this plus this has to be 3q. This is 2q. So this means the charge on this surface has to be equal to q. The combined charge on A and B will be equal to 3q. Hence, this charge is equal to q, and opposite is always equal and opposite minus q. That's the charge distribution
Sir,
when you connect them together. So was there anything new here? Could we have deducted whole thing on our own? I think so. If you follow the sequence or logical sequence logically, we could have come to the same conclusion. Alternatively, I can do one more thing. What are other things? Just look at this. I can take two plate system, which are two plate system A and B together. There is no charge anyway. When we join a wire by a conducting wire, we also say no, the two plates are connected together. It whole thing becomes like a one conductor. This whole thing becomes like a. So A and B together can be treated as one conductor. So I can replace two plate system A and B with one single plate with equivalent net charge. With an equivalent net charge. So see that later. So what it becomes of net charge means what? This is a system now. Look at this. How do I replace with? I replace with this. Just look at this. What I have done now? A and B together, I have replaced with one plate. And what is the net charge? 3q. Where I have placed this plate, I have placed this at this position. Okay. And it will give almost the same answer. Okay. This is not necessary, but this is something other way we can think of. So that's another thought comes to mind. So since two conductors connected by a wire become like a one conductor, so logically I can explain. I can replace with this. Only thing perhaps what I should have done here, when I replace, I should show the thickness of the plate A and B combined together as the total thickness. That would be appropriate. Okay. So that's what we had done, conducting by a conducting wire. What other similar variations we can have? Can you think of what is the next step now? We have done connecting wire. What else we do now?
Grounding. Somewhere grounding will be.
Grounding. So this is what we had done yesterday. Similar thing we'll do grounding also. And if you recall what happens when you connect a conductor to ground, what happens when you connect it to ground? Again, same thing what happens when you connect two conductors. When you connect to ground also, any conductor connected to the ground, their charge transfer will take place. Until when? Until both reach the common potential. But potential of earth is always zero, so any conductor connected, the potential becomes zero. That's what we did yesterday. But here in case of spherical surface, easy to calculate potential. Plates is not easy to calculate potential. Actually, you cannot calculate potential. So we'll have slightly different variation here. Let's look at what the variation is. We are going to do grounding next. Okay. If one of the plate is connected to earth or grounded, what happens? This is something, there is no easy proof of this. So I'm not giving a proof. What will happen? System will come to a state where energy gets minimized. And when does energy gets minimized? When the net charge becomes zero. It means anywhere outside field will be zero. So net charge of the system becomes zero. Any plate connected to, if I connect A plate or B plate or C plate, whichever plate I connect to, the net charge of the system becomes zero. That's what happens. So charge transfer, what manner the charge transfer takes place? The charge transfer takes place in manner the total charge of the system will become zero. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do all three varieties. I'll connect this one A plate to ground, what happens? If B alone is connected to ground, what happens? If C alone connected to ground, what happens? Basic principle remains same. So same question we'll do 3 times so that it is very well understood. So what will happen? Okay, so let's go through one by one. Let's see which case we take. Plate A is grounded. So what we do, we connect plate A to the ground. How do we connect to the ground? We go around, we run around the home, we get a piece of wire and connect it to the ground. Or we can show in terms of simple figure. We are connected plate to the ground. This is connected to the ground. The moment you connect to the ground, Will this charge remain the same? This plate can receive or give charge to the ground. How much plate charge it should receive or transfer so that net charge becomes equal to 0? Can we find out what charge it should finally have so that net charge of the system becomes 0? What charge? Will the charge on plate B and C change? Will the Karthikeya, which plate I am connecting to ground?
Plate A.
Plate A. Will the charge on plate B and C change?
No.
Why will not change?
Isolated.
Isolated. Perfect. Wording is those plates are isolated. So charge minus 3Q will not change, Q will not change. Only charge of A will change in such a fashion by suitable transfer so that charge on the system becomes 0. If the charge of the system has to become 0, what must be the charge on plate A?
2Q.
2Q. 2Q. So basically, what is the charge on A? It is equal to charge on B plus C, negative of that. So minus of QA plus QC, sorry, QB plus QC. So I can easily calculate. What should be charge on A so that net charge is sum of the charge on all 3 plates becomes 0, which means these two are not changing. So these two are same. So what has to be this charge here so that total becomes 0 is easily to figure out. This has to be equal to plus 2. The charge on A becomes equal to plus 2. This is the charge. Now the rest of the thing remains same. Now can we figure out a charge distribution of all 6 surfaces? Please do that. So this is what happens. This is the effect of connecting plate A to the ground. Can I mark the 6 surfaces charge distribution now? Same method what you have been doing. Please do that. Mark charge distribution on all 4 plates. And then once we have done that, we can understand the potential difference also and field also. We can find out charge distribution. Yes?
Sir, I didn't understand how did it become 2Q? Sir?
How did it become 2Q? What did we say here? Net charge of the system has to become 0. Net charge means what? What is the net charge of the system? Sum of charges on 3 plates. You tell me why I have not changed this minus 3Q. Can this charge change here?
No, sir.
Why it cannot change?
Sir, it's isolated.
Isolated. So this will remain minus 3Q. This will remain Q. Only thing this quantity can change, which was 4Q earlier. This quantity can change. Why can this quantity change?
Should attain
It is
0
connected to
potential.
ground, so it charge transfer can take place. So this value will change, but it will not change randomly. It will change in particular fashion. Which fashion does it change? New fashion. What is new fashion? Which fashion it will change, or which objective it will change? Where it will change in a manner the net charge has to become 0. Total charge of the system becomes 0. What has to be this value so that total becomes 0? 2Q. So which was 4Q earlier has to become 2Q. Then only the sum of all 3 becomes 0. I can say the charge on plate A is equal to sum of charge on B plus C, negative of that. That has to be charge on plate A. Sum of charge on B and C, negative of that. That is the charge on plate A. Still understood or not?
Sir?
Yes?
Sir, I didn't understand why the net charge should be 0, sir.
What
Yes,
did I
sir.
tell you before that? Is it possible to give a proof? Not possible. So what
It
I
just
say,
happened.
okay, what happens? Only thing I can logically tell you, if the net charge, if a net charge becomes 0, what is the charge on the outer surface?
0.
0. If charge is 0, outside everywhere the field becomes 0.
Yes,
Both
sir.
sides where the field will be only confined to the region between the plates. And wherever field, this field carries energy. So every time when you look at all cases when you connect by wire also, another way I could have stated, the charge distribution takes place in such a fashion that total energy becomes minimum. Total energy becomes minimum. So how does it minimize total energy? It minimizes total energy by creating energy outside the plate region to be 0. There's
Okay.
no energy in the space outside. How do we maintain no energy outside? No field outside. How do we have no field outside? The net charge system becomes 0.
Okay.
Okay, so basically every time in a natural way, how does any process naturally move? Naturally, process move so as to minimize its potential energy. So if you have a bowl, you leave an object, where does the object settle? It settles at the lowest potential energy state. So here also,
Yes.
where the lowest energy state? See, where electric field also carries energy. So if this is space outside, I don't want to have minimized energy, everywhere I make the energy 0. How do we make the energy zero? By making the field on the outer surface zero. Sorry, field in this charge on the outer surface zero. Charge on the outer surface will be zero only with the net charge of the system is zero. So that is the
Yes.
overall logic why the net charge of the whole system becomes zero. Field outside becomes zero. Energy is confined only to the region between the plates, not anywhere outside.
Okay.
And energy part we'll deal with again in capacitor. We have told you, but some of you recall what is the potential energy of a spherical charge? If charge Q is
Half kq square by r.
yeah, so that's potential. Similar way we'll calculate for parallel plates later, which is part of capacitor. So this what happens. So now if we follow, so this is something I think we don't have a clear mathematical proof, but there's some logical explanation why the net charge of the system should become zero. We apply that in terms of steps, we can calculate charge distribution. Now, can we calculate charge distribution on all 6 surfaces? All of you can calculate that one. What would the charge on 6 surfaces? 3 plates will have 6 surfaces. All of you can work it out and we see it again. Can we mark the charge distribution on 6 surfaces? All of you have this figure? Yes. Some of you have this. All of you can get this figure. It's really easy. Similar method we apply. Shall also have an answer. Okay. Several of you have an answer. Okay, so some Pranav, tell me you also have an answer. So Pranav, what is the difference between this question and the previous question? Previously also we had 3 plates. What is the difference between this question and the say previous question? 3 plates. What is the difference between the two?
Sir, in the previous question, the plate A and B are connected through a wire.
What is the effect of what does, see, if we look at this question, we want to understand grounding. What changes? What is the change in the method of solution? First, step 1 is to calculate charge on the plate which is grounded. Once we calculate the charge, the rest of the steps are same. Step 1 is calculate charge on the plate which is grounded. Once we calculate the charge, the rest of the steps are same. Now this is charge distribution. And automatically we don't have to check again, this total has to come to 0. Rest of the steps are same as we had done before. Also to the charge to get 0. What is charge on 2 outermost surfaces? Always it will come to 0. That's what we had done. We have made the net charge to be 0. So even if we connect plate B or C, whichever plate we connect to, the charge on the 2 outermost surfaces will always come to 0 in case of grounded system. Okay. So regardless of which plate is connected, net charge becomes 0. So these two, once these 2 outer surfaces are 0, this charge becomes 2q. If this 2q, this automatically minus 2q. This charge is minus 3, so this becomes minus q, and this becomes q. This is the charge distribution. 0, 2q, minus 2q, minus q, q, and 0. That will be the final charge distribution. Sometimes they may also ask, what is the charge flow from the plate to the ground? If I ask you what is the charge flow from the plate to the ground, what is the charge flow here? How much charge has flown from plate to the ground? Plate had a charge of 4q earlier. Charge has become from 4q to 2q. It means 2q charge has flown from plate to the ground. We can express the same thing in number of ways. It transfers 2q charge to the ground, or earth receives 2q charge from the plate, or plate receives minus 2q charge in form of electron flow from earth. All three mean the same thing. That's a charge transfer between plate and the earth. So is the grounding simple? Everyone is understood? So we'll do 2 more questions. First one what we have done, I have grounded plate A. Next one I'll ground plate B, and finally C. Method is similar. All of you should be able to calculate. All are clear? Anybody has doubt? Please raise the doubt now. All are clear? No doubt at all how to calculate charge. So I lower all the hands. So next question. So similar one. No change. Only thing what will happen now, we'll connect. Yeah. This time it B is grounded. We calculate the charge distribution. All of you. Plate B is grounded. What will the final charge? Oh, Vignesh already have it. Good. So at least 20 people should have an answer. This is not very complicated question. Most of you should get an answer. Plate B is grounded. What will be the charge on B? First we'll calculate B and then we can calculate all 6 surfaces. 7 people have answered. Yeah, more. Krishna, Kevin. Those who do not have an answer yet, please try harder. You should get an answer. So many people. Rest of you people also, please try. Kathy, you have understood? You have an answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll wait for a minute, then I'll ask you how you are done. I hope your answer is correct. Akshay?
Yes.
Okay. Shravani, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Shachi? Good, so and it's not very difficult. First time it might have taken little time, but you should. So Kathy, you tell me how did you solve? Step by step, can you tell me? So okay, I think we have more than 20 people. So let's lower all the hands and let's go through the step by step how to solve. So Kathy, please tell me what is the charge on B? How do you find charge on plate B?
Sir, plate B is grounded.
Right.
So the net charge on the system has to be equal to 0.
0, yes.
So sum of A and C, the charges is 5Q. So
Yes.
Plate B has to have a charge of minus 5Q.
Every single sentence perfectly said. Very good. So this is something very rightly you said. System B is grounded. Hence charge on A and C will not change. Charge on A and C put together is 5Q. To make the net charge of system 0, it has to be equal to minus 5Q. Perfect. So that's up. First we find out. This becomes minus 5Q. Other two remain same. It's a total charge. Next becomes simple. Now what is the charge on this one? I think final charge on 6 surfaces. Easily we can calculate. Outer 2 surfaces will remain 0, 0. Since it is 0, whatever charge 4Q comes here. If this 4Q, this is minus 5Q. And if this is 0, this is Q minus Q. Easily we can find out charge distribution. And if required, we can find out potential difference also. Now, suppose I ask you, if the separation is D, can you in this case find out potential of plate A? Can you find out potential of plate A if the separation is D? Okay, charge flow also you can calculate. What is the charge flow in this case? You can easily calculate what is the charge flow. Is the positive charge flowing from the plate to the ground or ground to the plate? Which direction the positive charge is flowing?
Plate to the ground.
Plate to the ground. No, it is actually positive charge is going from plate to the ground, 2Q charge. Okay, so in terms of positive charge, 2Q from B to the ground, a plate loses 2Q charge to the earth. Okay. So can we also calculate potential difference between what is the potential of plate A? Anyone can tell me what is the potential of plate A if the distance between plate A and B is equal to D? See, normally
Sir,
I
you're
cannot
asking-
calculate. Yes. Huh?
Sir, potential difference, sir, you're asking?
No, I am asking potential now.
Okay.
There's a reason I'm asking potential now. Previous case, but see, unless the plate is grounded, I cannot calculate potential. But since the one plate is grounded, what is potential of plate B now?
0.
Potential of plate, moment I connect to the ground, the potential of plate B is defined. Potential
Yes.
of plate B is 0 now. Understood the difference? If none of the plates are connected, I don't know what
Only
the potential
potential
of.
difference.
And then in that case, I can calculate only potential difference. Moment anything is grounded, whichever is grounded will have the same potential as the ground potential, which is 0. So this one implies potential of plate B 0. And what is the potential of A? It will be higher by how much? E into D. What is E? E is charge 4Q divided by A. Epsilon naught is the field into D. By that much, potential of A is higher. All of you understand potential difference and potential. In this case, I can calculate potential of A. Similar way, I can calculate potential of C also. And I can calculate potential difference between A and C also. Okay, so all of you, those who are okay, comfortable, you can do all three, all combination. You should be able to calculate potential of plate A, potential of plate C, and then you can calculate potential difference between A and C. Okay. Now, sorry. Okay. Now potential. Now plate is grounded. Now potential. Okay. Now C is grounded. There's the ground. Okay. If C is grounded, can you all calculate the charge distribution now? Those who are not done also. This time at least 30 hands should go up. First, let me lower up. Now this time I should have C at least 30 hands. All of you try and solve. This now there's absolutely nothing. This is all simple step by step. Everyone should have an answer. At least 30 people within next 2 minutes. You should have an answer. Anirudh, Jadeep, Hemant also have an answer. Good. Tejas, Vikram also have an answer. Pritam, okay. Gayatri, Chandra, Kaushik. Yeah, most of you should get an answer. This is not a difficult one. Vishma, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, there's simple things. So finding, grounding, what happens, connecting by conducting wire. Shravani, you're okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What about Shreya? Still you don't have an answer? Kirtana also no answer yet. Okay, Kirtana has an answer. Lakshita, Mishita. Okay, so several of you and have an answer. And those who do not, again, last time, look at this again. It's fairly simple. I can easily find an answer. And it's not a difficult thing. So here, first thing we start with, plate C is grounded. The first thing we'll calculate what will be the charge on C. As somebody last said, A and B will not change because they are isolated system. Put together the charge on A and B is equal to plus Q. Hence, charge on C after grounding should be minus Q. Okay. So we do. So this will remain 4Q. 3Q also will not change. These two put together have charge of plus Q. So charge on plate C is equal to minus Q. Once we have this charge, net charge is 0. Outer surfaces will have 0, 0 per charge. And we can find out the charge distribution. Okay, so and this is charge flow. Okay, so we can do some more, little more complicated questions. I will do that little more complication later. What happens if two plates are connected to ground? So some of you who have understood well, try and think. You can some other books also, you can look at those questions. I will not do it now. I will do it later. But you first you are okay with simpler ones, then we can try those questions as well. So this is all about parallel plates. We have taken charge distribution. What happens when plates are connected by wire also we understood. What happens if you can grounded also. Any plate grounded also we understood what happens in terms of charge distribution. And we can also find out potential of a plate also. Any of the plate is grounded. If any of the plate is grounded, we can find out potential other plates as well. Because the grounded plate has a potential of 0. With respect to that, we can calculate potential of other plates. So what I'm going to do now, I will do some more questions from the worksheet I have sent to you related to potential and potential energy, potential difference. So let's go through some of the questions which are there from the Word document sheet I have sent to you. And we'll do some more questions even tomorrow as well. Okay. All these questions, I expect all of you to solve on your own, one by one. Because these are nothing new. These are applications of what you have done so far. So each question, again, like most time, I expect you to solve. As soon as you finish solving, raise your hand. One by one, there are 4 or 5 questions. Let's finish off. First is finding potential at origin. Okay. So I have 9, 10 answers, some more. So those who need little hint, you know the formula for potential due to a point charge is equal to KQ by R. And if there are multiple point charges, it's a scalar sum. So there are 3 charges, calculate potential due to each one. And just take the arithmetical sum, algebraic sum. That's the answer. Vikram, have you calculated carefully?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. A second. Okay, several of you have an answer. So Akshay, what is the answer you are getting? What is your answer, Akshay? Akshay, what is your answer? Or Vikram, what was your answer?
Sir, K into 10 power minus 6.
Achha, you are done in terms of K. And what is the
Yes.
value of K? Suppose I have to answer is not in terms of K. So do you know the
9.
value of K? Do you
9
recall?
into 10 power 9.
9 to 10 to the power 9. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this you can do in terms of K, and if depending on how the options are given, we can substitute also.
Yes, sir.
Well, so fairly simple one. So I think most of you, 17 people only color sum of potential due to each charge calculated independently. So first I'll calculate. Okay. So K terms is common, is KQ by R. In first case, so what is there inside the denominator? This is the charge and this is the distance. The first charge is 1 microcoulomb. I could have written it 10 to the power minus 6. And what is the distance of this charge from the origin? This charge from the origin distance is 1. Second charge is minus 2 microcoulomb. Distance is equal to 2. And third charge is 3 into 10 to the power minus 6. Distance from the origin. You understand where the charge placed? Third charge is placed at 0.003. The calculation of distance is pretty straightforward. The z component, coordinate itself is the distance. And if we simplify, what we find 10 to the power minus 6 also could have been taken out. So what is left? 1 minus 1 plus 1. So pretty simple calculation also. It comes into 9 to 10 to the power 3 volts. While everyone should be able to calculate. This is a kind of question 90% people in the class should be able to do it. It's simple application of formula and adding it up. No problem at all. All of you should be able to do it. Those who are not done also, please practice and make sure that you're able to solve. There's absolutely nothing involved in the question. You should be able to get it right. Okay, so again, I lower the hand, move on to next question. Those who are not done, please practice again. And any difficulty, we'll again evening class, we'll see. Okay, this is fairly simple. Next one. This is a SU Verma question. All 4 charges are of same magnitude are placed at the 4 corners of a square. At the center, the potential is V, field is E. So what if magnitudes are there, we can change the sign. So can we obtain 0 potential and 0 field at the center? How should I arrange the 4 charges so that potential? So I'm giving one example. Can we get this arrangement? Potential at the center is 0 and field at the
Yes,
center.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir, we can do.
So can we state in terms of words what kind of charge arrangement will give you zero potential at the center?
Like charges on diagonal.
Yeah, like charges on diagonal.
Like charges on the diagonal. That's the only thing that will
And,
give you zero field.
Yes,
How do
sir. I mean, equal magnitude of charges.
Charges are of equal magnitude. Okay. So condition is for field to be zero, charge on the opposite corners of the same sign or like charges. And for potential to be zero, what is necessary? Sum of the charge has to be zero. It means two of them have to be positive and two of them have to be negative. That will make the potential zero. What makes the potential zero? Since all charges are the same distance from the center. Hence, for potential at the center to become zero, sum of all four charges put to be zero. So this is one charge arrangement. This will make the potential to be zero and field to be zero. Can we also obtain this arrangement? Sorry, this is not equal to zero. B is equal to zero, field is not equal to zero. Is that possible? Can you draw the arrangement? This term is not equal to.
Yes, sir. It's possible.
How? All of you try and draw that figure. All charges are Q, magnitude is Q. It could be plus Q, minus Q. By suitable choice of sign of charge, can I get potential zero, but field is not zero.
Opposite corners, same sign.
Opposite corners,
Opposite
different
corners,
sign.
opposite.
Different sign. Different sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least one. Yeah. First of all, two charges have to be positive, two charges have to be negative. Because potential is zero. So potential zero means net charge has to be zero. But yeah, potential to be zero, two positive and two negative. But opposite corners not of the same sign. One corner may be same sign but not other. So how is the charge arrangement? It's a charge arrangement. If I have this kind of charge arrangement, which direction the field will point? This is the direction which the field will point. Why this direction of field here? You could have treated this also as a dipole. You could have taken this also a dipole, or any way, maneuver you can find. Similar way, can I find this arrangement also? Can you draw that arrangement? Potential is not equal to zero, but field is equal to zero. Is that possible? Not possible.
Not possible.
Possible. So you can easily draw.
Sir, we can take three charges of the same sign and one charge of another sign.
Yeah, is in fact more than one. Field has to be zero. Can we take three of the same sign and fourth of the opposite sign? Is that possible? Will the field become zero in that case?
Zero. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Field cannot become zero. So either four have to be positive or all four have to be negative. Can there be any other combination other than these two? Field has to be zero. It means the opposite ones have to have, these two have to be like charges. So what is the combination? Either I can make all four plus 4Q, or I can
All
make
four negative.
All four negative. Yes.
all four negative. Fourth combination, is this possible? Potential also not zero, also not zero. This is simple. More than one way possible. So if potential is not equal to zero, means let's say three positive or negative, or three negative, one positive, and we can have different ways we can arrange. Okay. So this was more of a logical understanding what happens depending on the sign. Okay. This is a question which has come in 2015. It's a good question. See, so this question again, I'll lower all the hands. This is slightly challenging question and give you 3 minutes to solve. Let's see how many people get it in 3 minutes. So 12:28, 3 minutes. Those who solve, raise your hand and explain how do you get an answer. This is actual question which has come in 2015 and a good question. Not very simple one. 3 minutes to solve. Okay. Vignesh, you have an answer. Reasonably certain?
I think so, sir.
What is this? Reasonably certain answer is I think so. Okay. So no one else has an answer yet. Alad has an answer, okay. Okay, now 1 more minute. Please, some of you try and get an answer. At least think through how to get an answer.
Right.
See, some of the questions we don't have to exactly get an answer, you can eliminate as well. You don't have to solve it completely. Some places possible. Okay. Disha, did you solve it or did you get an elimination?
To solve it.
You solved it, okay. Okay, so 4 of you have an answer. Which option is it, Disha? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 options are given.
Yes.
Which in? Huh?
Third option.
Third option. So you're getting third option. How about Preetham? Which option you think is correct?
I think option 2, sir.
Akash?
So option 3.
Alad? Which option you have?
Option 3, sir.
Which option? Vignesh, which answer? Which option are you getting?
Option 3, sir.
Okay, Tanvi?
So third one.
Third one. Jaideep?
Third option, sir.
Third option. Are you sure, Jaideep?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yeah, third option is the correct answer. Good. Grishma, you also have an answer?
Sir, even I got the answer, sir.
Yes, that's the correct answer. And let's look at this. This is something, see what you need to know. What kind of, yeah, so good, at least yes, 6, 7, 8 people have an answer. Okay. So let's go through. I think Shani has some more also. So you need to, some of you need to practice a little more so that you can get it quickly. What kind of charge distribution it is? It is uniformly charged solid sphere. It's not a spherical shell. If it is spherical shell, if the potential of the surface is V0, nowhere else can the potential be greater than V0. In case of spherical shell, if the potential at the surface is maximum, so clearly it is spherical shell. And you recall what is the distribution of potential, what is the variation of potential in case of uniform. This is a graph. You recall that one? You had quite a bit of discussion on this also.
Yes, sir.
So this is a distribution. So beyond this point, it varies as 1 by r. It decreases. So which point will the potential be greater than potential at the surface? Only an interior point will have potential higher than V0. Outside will have potential lower than V0. And okay, and which point do we get 3 by 2 V0? At r is equal to 0 at the center. So where is this point? What is this one is R1. So clearly R1 is equal to 0. So option 2 is gone. R1 is equal to 0. Where do you get 3 by 2 times of the potential of the surface? At the center. R is equal to R1 is equal to 0. So let's do one by one. So potential is higher than V naught inside only, and potential is less than V naught at any point outside. That's something I started with. Then I look at what is the 3 by V naught by 2 at the center. R1 is 0. Now let's look at the second point. Can you figure out which point I'll find this potential? It will be less than R because it's greater than V naught, but I don't know the exact value. The second one I'm not certain, but I know R2 value is less than small r. Let's see whether I have to calculate. Without calculation, I can find an answer. Are you following so far?
Yes,
R2 I'm not calculating, but R2 is less than R, definitely. It is inside point. How about third point? Is 3 V naught by 4. It's less than V naught. Where would it happen? It will happen outside. KQ by
Greater than R.
Greater than R. What point? R3 is 4 by 3R. R by 3. Inverse of that. R3 is 4R by 3. And what will be R4 equal to? Potential is V naught by 4. Where does, at what distance become 1/4 of the surface of the potential of the surface?
4R.
4R. I get R4 is equal to 4R. With this, without calculating R2, can I get an answer? Yes, I can get an answer without calculating R2. I know R2 is less than R. Now I can easily get an answer. R1 is certain. And what is R2? Difference between R4 and R3 is greater than 2R. And R2 is less than R. So definitely, this is gone. Only option is
R2 will be R by root 2.
but we don't R by root 2. How? No.
No.
The field varies like that, not the potential. We have to integrate. If I have to calculate R2, either I have to use remember the formula, which I don't recommend to remember the formula, or I need to calculate. See, compared to surface, potential is higher by how much? Is higher by V naught by 4. The potential between surface and that point is V naught by 4. I have to integrate E dot dr. E is equal to E naught small r by capital R. Do that one. Normally not necessary. Normally they won't ask question which requires memorization of the formula. Without memorization of the formula, you can answer. So most of you did in a similar fashion. You solve in a different way. Grishma, how did you get your answer? What is the logical method you followed?
Same way, sir.
Same way? Eliminated
Yes.
this option?
Yes, sir.
Disha,
Yes,
how did you solve?
So I found the value of R2 and then R3.
Achha, you actually calculate value of R2?
Yes, sir.
How did you calculate? You remember the formula or how did you calculate R2?
Integrate, so the potential
Achha. Okay, you integrated
equal
that.
to E dot
But you understood, it's actually not necessary. Have you understood the point? Was it necessary to calculate R2?
No, sir.
Not necessary. So that is something also we can notice. So it is Jaideep. How did you calculate?
Same way as you did, sir.
Achha, you didn't calculate R2?
No, sir, I didn't
Not
calculate
necessary.
R2.
So many times we need to look at, is it necessary? Not necessary. It is greater than equal to, is it greater than less than kind of relationship. We don't need to actually calculate. You need to know, have the idea how it is varying. With that, we can find an answer. So this was one of the good questions which had come, and all of you should understand. Suppose I add one more question here. Can you all see that question at the bottom? Which of the two quantity will be greater? Can anyone answer based on logic? V at 0.9 R minus V at R. Is that quantity greater or VR minus V 1.1 R greater?
Sir, V 0.9 R minus VR.
Correct. That's how did you get that one?
Because it like outside it varies inverse proportion, right, sir?
Correct. So somehow we can get, but basically, if the field drops more rapidly, the potential drop will be flatter. Okay. So somehow we can get that also. If there's something, those who are done, think again. Those who are not, try and think of answer for this part as well. Okay. Okay. Next one. This question also all of you can solve. This is a relatively easier question to solve. And this kind of question, all of you must practice also so that you can solve quickly. So answer will come in terms of K, Q, small r, capital R. Q turn, total charge, K, Q, small r, capital R. Okay. So some of you have an answer.
Sir, can we eliminate the pi terms?
Depending on choice what is given, either if answer is given in terms of epsilon naught, you need to substitute K is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. If answer is given in terms of K option, it's very easy. That is easier part. Depending on how the options are given, you can write in the form it is desired. But you can, yeah, you should know how to quickly do these calculations. So some of you are done very quickly. And that's the time. It should take about maximum minute and a half to solve. So, Ahlad, how did you solve this question?
There, Q equals Q2 plus Q1. After that, I took the ratio of the surface.
Ratio. So basically, what you're saying is here. So that is something I think you have to quickly. So if you assume the charges to be Q1 and Q2, sum of these two is equal to, but basically the total charge Q gets divided into two surfaces such that charge density is equal. So how do you quickly find the value of Q1 and Q2? The method of all of us should know how to find value of. Actually, this is a formula. This is a formula. You can easily find the value. But how do you find Q1 and Q2? Q1 and Q2 of thinking would be charge is density being same, charge is proportional to square of the radius. Charge is proportional to square of the radius. Hence, Q1 will be equal to R square divided by the sum of the square of radius, and Q2. So in terms of Q1, which radius will come in the numerator? Capital R. In terms of Q2, which radius will come? The small r. So once I get Q1, Q2, I substitute this value in Q1, Q2 here, easily get my answer. I think easier way to solve, the charge is proportional to square of the radius of shell it is placed on. Then when I get Q1, substitute those two, you get an answer. For those who are not, please practice this kind of calculations. There's nothing, you have to just apply the formula. You need to distribute the charge in proportion of the square of the radius. Then the charge density becomes equal. Next question, a similar question. This is also mains question, a similar one. Can we get an answer for this as well? Again, answer will come in terms of A, B, C, and Q. K, Q, A, B, C. Yeah. So again, it's very similar. Charge will be proportional to square of the radius. Since three of them are there, you have to slightly change your approach. Yes. Amrita, Akshat, okay. Actually, it's more of mathematical manipulation. It's pretty simple. Charge on each shell is proportional to the surface area, which is proportional to square of radius. Okay. So can we write QA, QB, and QC in terms of radius and total charge? Easy to write. QA will be A square divided by sum of square of radiuses, because charge is proportional to square of radius into Q. Similarly, I can write QB and sorry, I've written this is QB and QC. We can easily write the charges. Once we write the charges, we can write QA by A term and again add A term. So this is the answer which comes to potential at point P. Everywhere in the denominator. Since the point is inside, all are we clear now? Since the point is R is inside everywhere, so rather than coming R term everywhere in the denominator, radius of the shell is coming in the denominator. This is the point P is inside all three shells. So, and this charge distributed in proportion of square of the radius. This is the charge distribution, QA, QB, QC. You substitute the value, get your potential. So again, to remind those people, today evening session is meant for those who are having a bit of problem with simpler question. We'll spend some time, and all of you, those who are not finding it difficult, should come and try solve those questions there. Okay. So